Hey guys, what's up? It's Danny with Madcat Moto, and today I'm going to be throwing together the 5-drawer 30-inch US General rolling tool cart in my opinion, in the best color green. So for starters, what you're going to need is a 1/2 inch. You can go wrench, socket, doesn't matter. I'm using a 1/2 inch ratcheting box end to hold things down. Well, I use my Bauer electric ratchet. As you can see, I have a Craftsman battery in there. Go ahead and, if you have a bigger ecosystem with one battery set, just buy a cheap adapter. They work fine. But yeah, so I figured I would throw this together and do a quick assembly video. I know it's a popular cart. I know a lot of people have this cart or they're looking at it, and I want to explain why I believe if your tool needs are similar to mine, why this is a good cart for you, because it's a good cart for me. There are many other options. The internet will show you a million, so I don't need to tell you that. But for me, this is the best cart to fit my needs for tools and the projects I do. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into that. And as you can see next to me, I'm also going to be doing a review of the Bauer Packout system. I've had this thing for a few months, bring it to work with me every day. I'm in the military and I'm a maintainer. So I use tools, I use my own tools, and having something like this that's rugged, affordable, and durable is really top notch. But without further ado, let's get this cut open. And of course, I'm going to be cutting it open with the O-Knife U1 Ultra. This thing, I love it. I've shouted out on my other videos. It's pretty great. It's super great. Regular old box cutter, but it's got a really solid construction build to it. And then it has the precision screwdriver on the back. So it's just such a good daily carry. I carry a pocket screwdriver with me, and then I carry this with me. So this carries both a knife and a pocket screwdriver. Great thing to have. But this has been a long intro, so let's hop into it. All right, so as you can see, I got the base assembled. Didn't really take that much time. It is probably the most time-consuming part of this process, just because you want to make sure everything lines up. The instructions are pretty clear. The assembly really is not hard, but I'm going to throw the top on and then go from there, explaining any add-ons that I got or modifications that I've seen people do and that I'm thinking of, or changes that people made and what the feedback has been on that. So I'm gonna get this assembled. All right, as you can see, this is the finished product. There are still a couple of things that I'm gonna add on. Because I purchased this back in June when it went on sale. It was a good deal. I wanted one, like I said, so I bought it, and I've been waiting to assemble it for when I have time off of work and whatnot. But in between buying that, this and setting it up, I picked up a couple other odds and ends for it. I have the color match power strip. It's pretty great. It's got the 5 outlet and the 2 USB on it. It mags right up here. And then down here, as you can see, there is a cable port for you to run cables out the back. You don't have to get, the US General one. It is like $30. I mean, they do go on sale. But I wanted it, the color match and everything. And then two, you can see on the other side, that little brown box down there, I have the side shelf that pops up here. So I'm going to be installing that in a minute. I do have to run across the street to Harbor Freight to get the grommets. And the grommets I'm talking about here, I'll show you. Right in here, you have all of these holes on both sides for screwdrivers, for pry bars, anything you want to drop down in there. Oop, Cartman got a little bit sideways. Anything you want to drop down in there. And I don't want to just throw metal on metal. They sell grommets. I'm going to go get them to kind of preserve this. I do like this green. I don't want it chipped up. I understand it's a toolbox. But I'm going to run across the street, grab those, add on the rest of this stuff,
and then kind of discuss more my thoughts on this toolbox. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, the cart is completely assembled and it is set up in the way that I want it to be for now. Now, there are various things you can do to improve this. I'm not sure if I spoke on it in the other clips. I'll find out when I'm editing. But you can add different casters to the bottom to have rotating ones or directional ones on all parts of it. I'm going to hold off from that just because I've heard that it is a very top heavy box. Like, there's no denying that, but I've heard that having those on the wrong grounding can cause it to tip over. I haven't seen anything like that, but it makes sense to me. So there's that. I've seen people add the 15-inch US General side cabinet to the sides of these. There's a little bit of modification you need to do, but I think that looks pretty stellar. But really, having this foldable end table is something that I wanted to do, and I think it's great. I think it serves its purpose. It's sturdy enough. It has a good latch. I was trying to pressure test it. I couldn't get it to give out unless like I bumped it very aggressively because it does fold down. Then the power strip, just a nice thing to have. You don't have to go with the US General. I like it. It's magnetic, matches the color. And as you can see, like, I'm charging my phone right now. I have this magnetic iPad mount that, for me, it's pretty great. You know, I do have a little TV in the shop, but it's cool to have something where I can just mag to my toolbox and flip through my iPad on like YouTube if there's something I'm working on that I have questions about, or if I just want something playing in the background. The rubber grommets are definitely a necessity in my opinion. They're going to help preserve the paint in these holes here on the side for pry bars and screwdrivers and everything. I don't work in a shop, so when I speak of longevity, it means that I'm going to treat this well, like I treat my other tool, boxes and carts. The main reason I ended up going with this one, I've wanted it for a while. I wanted the 4-drawer, and then they came out with the 5-drawer, and I just kept putting it off. But it was a good deal. And speaking of that, I mean, this is going to age poorly because I'm not going to pull this YouTube video down. It is August 1st. August 10th, the parking lot sale goes live for ITC members at Harbor Freight. So you can get one of these carts for 25% off, I believe. 25% off. And that would bring this price to $209, a little bit more than what I paid for it, but only by like 10 or so bucks. It's worth it at that price. There's enough storage room in here. It's a good construction, and it's a very modular box where you can add on, take things away, do what you want to it. I'm happy with it. I don't think I'm going to be doing many customizations to it. For what I need, it's great. Working on motorcycles, I have a toolbox that I've had for a few years that I got for free. It was pretty beat up, but it's large, and the majority of my tools are in there. So it kind of clusters everything up. There's stuff that I try to keep separate, but they're all together. Whereas having this is going to be stockpiled with just the necessities I use for working on twin cams, older Harleys, and Evos. So this is really gonna match up with that. I'm very happy with this. I know that there's a lot of videos about these out there, and I kind of wanted to cash in on that. It is what it is. I said in the beginning that I was going to do a review on my Bauer pack-out system, but it's been kind of a long day. This cart took me a lot longer than I anticipated just because I had a lot of interruptions. It's my birthday, so I was getting phone calls from family, and that sometimes that can interrupt a lot of things. I'm happy for those interruptions. It was good to speak to family, but I'll do the Bauer video later. It's another piece of tool storage that I think is essential if your lifestyle requires it. It's not something that I would say, hey, go buy if you don't bring your tools around. But yeah, I appreciate you guys checking this out. I'm going to be putting out more content in the next 2 weeks. Going to try to really dial in on that. I'm on leave. I'm in the military, so having leave is like, whew, it's so nice. So I'm going to be taking a lot of that time working on the motorcycle, getting this more squared away, and really diving into getting some projects done. I appreciate the people that have been checking this out from TikTok or from Instagram and wanted to see the motorcycle progress. I know I haven't posted any videos about it yet, but that will be coming in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be taking the camera along with me for all the stuff I'm working on. But I do appreciate you guys checking this out. If you made it all the way to the end, I know I'm a rambler, and if you have any questions about this box, feel free to leave a comment. I'd really like it if I'd appreciate it if you dropped a like or a comment if you saw it or if you felt this was useful as an assembly. I know I didn't go too deep into it, but it felt kind of silly to go deep into showing you how to tighten, half-inch nuts. I feel like if you're buying a toolbox, you probably understand that. But that being said, it's my birthday. Me and the wife are gonna go out and get some Texas Roadhouse. It's what you do at 30. And honestly, it's been a great day. So I appreciate you guys tapping in, and I'll see you on the next one.